Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my podcast. Today, we are talking about three interesting sociolinguistic concepts: lingua franca, pidgin, and creole. Now, I know these words may sound like the names of indie bands or exotic drinks, but don't worry, they are actually related to language. By the end of this podcast, you will understand how people from different cultures communicate and even create languages. Pretty cool, right? Lingua franca. Let's just start with lingua franca. A lingua franca is common language used between people who do not share the same native language. Basically, it's the survival language for communication. Today, English is the common lingua franca in the world. For example, imagine a Colombian tourist, a Japanese engineer, and an Italian chef, all trying to communicate at an airport. Most likely, they will use English. Maybe not perfect English, but enough to survive, like work gate, coffee please, Wi Fi, no working. And honestly, that's intentional communication sometimes. Lingua franca are very important in travels, business, technology, and education because they help people connect globally. Okay, now let's talk about the pidgin. A pidgin is a simplified language created when groups of people who speak different languages need to communicate quickly. This usually happens in trade, colonization, or migration. Pidgins normally have simple grammar, limited vocabulary, and words from different languages. It's basically language in minimum survival mode. For example, give fish, me give money, simple, effective, not unnecessary grammar drama. An important fact is that nobody speaks a pidgin as a first language at the beginning. One example is talk pidgin in Papua Nueva Guinea, which is originally developed from English and local languages. Pidgins show how creative humans can be when communication is necessary. Because honestly, people will always find a way to talk, even if grammar cries a little. Creole. Now we move to creoles. A creole develops when a pidgin becomes a native language for a new generation of speakers. At this point, the language becomes more complete and develop more vocabulary and grammar. So basically, a pidgin grows up, gets responsibilities, and becomes a creole. One famous example is Haitian Creole. Today, millions of people speak it as a first language and only language. Creole are not broken language. They are complete languages with their own rules, cultures, and identity. That's very important because many people incorrectly think Creoles are incorrect versions of other language, which is not true. So, what is different? A lingua franca helps communication between people with different native language. A pidgin is a simplified content language created for communication, and Creole is a fully developed native language that evolved from a pidgin. Easy, right? Basically, lingua franca, communication tool. Pidgin, communication shortcut. Creole for language evolution. In conclusion, Pidgin, Creoles, and linguas francas show us flexible and creative. And honestly, without linguas francas, airports around the world will probably become survival games. Thank you for listening to this podcast. See you next time.